flawless. Nag-enjoy ako sa pagkain ko. Okay, wait. Hello, can you hear me? Ayan, here, present. Ayan, hey guys. Hello, can you hear? Sorry na, nag-enjoy ako dun sa pag-subo ko nung kinakain ko. Ayan. Ayan guys. So, hi, yan. Sige, magtingin muna tayo. I know, I think they're just finishing up yun dun sa last talk with Shari. Oh, so guys, tell me, kamusta naman kayo? We're down to our last speaker with Dr. Gia's Sison. So, excited ba kayo? And sabi, excited for Dr. Gia's Sison session. Okay pa naman po. The Boodle Master is in. Hello guys. Hala ka, Bel, may live selling segment sa kabila kanina. Bel, pretty. Thank you so much. Oh, nakakatawa. Pagpasok ko yung ngumunguya pa ako. Sorry, nawala sa isip ko. Akala ko may 1 minute pa ako. Kasi wala pang mga tao sa backstage. So, sabi ko, ay, ito na pala. Okay. So, guys, ayan, they're here. Okay. So, before we proceed with our ay live selling si Rory and Sloan. Before we go with our last speaker with Dr. Gia, Sison, and Dar, we're gonna do our last game for this evening. So eto yung ating game is it's called Deal or No Deal. Medyo tricky siya yung game na to. So, laki kasi dapat magpiprint ako sa office ng ng parang mukhang cases, kaso nawala na ako ng time and yun. So, gumawa na lang ako nito parang, buti na lang meron pa kaming natatabing ganito. So, gumawa ako nito. So, itong game na to, ready na kayo? Ayan, guys, reminder lang na, yung mga sasali sa game, dapat sa You Got This PH group kayo na nanonood. So, dapat dun kayo magko-comment. Kasi, dun lang kami kukuha ng winner. Okay? And after itong game, I'm just gonna announce a few winners mamaya din. Okay? So, ito na. Okay, so itong Deal or No Deal, meron akong 10 prizes dito. 10 prizes dyan. Ayan. Tapos, sa 10 prizes na to, iba-iba siya. Meron siyang, okay naman lahat. Pero may isang prize dito na medyo, funny. Yung funny siya. Okay? Okay. And, pero meron namang prize dito na sobrang, bonggang-bongga. Okay? So, ganito. Sa bawat day, so this is the first day, I'm gonna pull out 5 prizes. Sa bawat isa, may sasabihin ako about that prize. But nasa sa akin if I'm gonna tell the truth or not. Okay, so may ganito tayo. Sabi ko sa inyo, bago yung game ngayon eh, okay? Diba? Kasi baka nagsasawa na kayo sa kakanta ko ng ng name that tune, ganyan. Diba? So, eto na. Okay? Tapos, pag bumunot ako isa. Babasahin ko siya. Tapos may sasabihin ako one thing about it. Tapos, nasa sa inyo, nasa akin kung if I'm telling the truth or I'm telling a lie. Tapos pag sinabi ko, deal or no deal, lahat ng pumili magko-comment kayo kung mag-deal ba kayo o no deal. Lahat ng mga nag-deal dyan, may randomly, dun kami mamimili kung sino yung raffle winner na mananalo nun. Okay? Honesty is the best policy, diba? Go, go, go! Ayan, okay, ayan. So, eto na. Sinubukan ko talagang mag-search ko ano yung mga bagong pag-games. Kasi sabi ko ba, paulit-ulit na yung mga games natin. Okay, so eto na, ang ating first. Malakas ang swerte at internet ko. Okay, guys, I remember yung wala pang ang deal. Intayin yung sabihin kong deal bago kayo yung deal. Okay. Guys, remember, yung mga comment nyo dapat sa You Got This PH kasi si Jaja, dun siya nagtitingin ng mga winners. Okay? Ready? Ito na. Mahirapan ako magsinungaling because, ito na ang ating first case. Kinakabahan ako, sabi ni Dayan. Deal agad. Yaman. Okay, ano ba yan? Yung reaction ko agad. Nag-iba. Okay, ito na. Okay guys, ito ang ating alam mo yung engaged team, matatawa yan sa akin. Kaya marirealize sila bakit ganito yung reaction ko. Itong price na to, magagamit mo siya sa damit. Magagamit mo siya sa damit. Okay? Ayan, ready? Deal or no deal? Ayan. Ayan, okay, deal or no deal, guys. At ito guys, may ano pala. Pag nanalo na kayo sa isang round, hindi na kayo pwedeng manalo sa sunod na round. Okay? So, pag nakuha niya tong ano man na to, sa inyo na yon. Walang bawian. Okay? Deal. Ayan, may mga nagno-no deal. Okay. Laundry powder, sabi nila. Okay? Bubuksan ko siya. Okay? Pwede nyo itong gamitin sa damit. Alam nyo naman. Okay, may mga nag-no deal dyan. Okay? Okay, so eto. Ang napanalunan ng mga nag-deal dito na dito sa kanila namin i-raffle, randomly kami namin mamimili. Ang napanalunan niya ay Fox Patches, no, 50 pieces. Ito siya, wait lang. Ito. Ito yung napanalunan mo. Oh, ito yung napanalunan mo. Pakita ko sa iyo itsura. 50 pieces na ganito, girl. Kung sino sino yung makukuha ang winner dyan. 50 pieces na ganito. Cute naman ah. Cute. Oh, cute. Sabi nung ayan. 50 pieces na ganyan. Tama hula ko, sabi ni Nor. Ayan. Okay? So, yung mga nag-deal dyan, sa inyo ipaparaffle to. So, basta dapat doon kayo nag-deal sa sa You Got This Tapos mamaya yung announcement ng winner. Okay, next. Next prize. Tingnan natin. Ang dami. Sabi ko, ha. Tumatawa. Ang cute. Pwedeng gawing uniform. Sabi namin nung katim, pwede nang gawing palda. Ipaikot mo dun sa palda mo. Okay? So, ito na yung next. Mag-poker face ako para kunwari. Ayan. Ito ay, nahirapan ako. Okay, etong price na to, siya, mabibit-bit mo siya. Ang vague, no? Nahirapan ako magsinungaling. Okay, ayan. Poker face daw. Okay? Pwede mo siyang bit-bitin. Deal or no deal? Ayan, tingnan natin. Ayan, nakikita ko may mga pumapasok na deal, may mga nag-no deal. Ayan, tingnan natin. Okay. Ayan, di ba? Okay, eto na. Ito na. Ang mapapanalunan niya kung sino yung mga nag-deal dyan, incapable si Belle mag-poker face. Kaya ko yan, mamaya, natatawa lang ako. Best actress. Laptop sleeve plus an FMN notebook. Ito. Ito yung laptop sleeve. Wait lang. Ito ata nilagyan na nila. Ito, yung laptop sleeve. Tapos, sa loob niyan, may makukuha kang FMN notebook. At may pa-highlighter ka pa. Uy, di ba? Ayan, may pa-highlighter. Tsaka itong Tokyo Finds na pen. Ayan. So, ito yung makukuha ng tong second winner na to. Okay? Ayan, ang saya, di ba? Okay, sino kaya makakakuha ng grand prize natin? May pa-grand prize kami dito eh. Ayan. Next. Uy, sabi, yehey. Ayan. Next, ang ating third case. Wow, mapaka-case. Kahit na papel lang yan, girl. Okay, sige. Poker face on. Natawa bigla. Ang hirap. Okay. Ayan. Sabi ko pa naman hindi ako mag-react. Nag-react agad ako. Okay, guys. Ito na. Ano to? Pang-pintura siya. Ayan. Pang-pintura siya. Ayan. Belle, di mo kaya. Kaya ko. Natatawa lang ako ngayon. Okay. Pang-pintura siya. Deal or no deal? Ayan. Deal. No deal, may mga nagdo-no deal, okay? Yan, okay. So yung mga nagdi-deal sa kanila nira-raffle, yung mga no deal, hindi sa kanila i-raffle, okay? Yan. Pang pintura to sa mukha. Okay? Ay, sinabi ko na! Ano ba yan? Ay, i-reveal ko na rin naman. It's yung Revlon Wonder Woman Eye Palette. Ito siya, guys. Isa to sa mga nasasaya. Ayan, tingnan nyo. Oh, bongacious. Bongacious ang mananalo nito. So, ayan. So, yun na lang doon sa mga nag-no deal. Ay, oh my God. Pang pintura naman siya sa mukha, di ba? Di ba? Ayan, ang ganda niya. Girl, ang ganda. Ganyan. Okay. Ilan na to? Pangatlo na, dalawa na lang. Malapit nang yan. Meron pa akong 5 minutes. 4 minutes. Dalawa na lang. Ito na. Ready? Okay. Okay. Ano to? Marami kang pwedeng marami kang pwedeng pagbigyan. Ayan. Okay? Deal or no deal? Marami kang pwedeng pagbigyan nito. Yan. Okay, may mga papasok na ba? Yan, may mga nagdi-deal na ba? Pag ni-reveal ko na, yun na yung so kailangan naka-cut off mo kung saan yung nag-deal. Okay? Okay? Yan. Marami kang pwedeng pagbigyan nito. Ang item na napanalunan nitong person na to na is ang ating 20 pieces FMN list notebook. Ayan, 20 pieces na ganito yung makukuha mo, guys. Ayan. Di ba? Sabi ko sa iyo, marami kang pwedeng pagbigyan buong pamilya mo. Pwede mo nang bigyan nito. Ayan. Okay? Ito na ang ating last one. Ang ating last Okay? Super deal, sabi ni BDJ. Tsa, gusto mo rin. Ayan. Ay, ito na, last. Ang ating last, Ito. Okay. So, itong last na to ay hindi siya makakatulong sa buhay mo. Okay. Okay. 10 pieces lang daw pala yung FMN list. Sorry. 10 pieces, not 20. Sorry. 10 pieces lang yung kanina. Okay. Okay? Guys, pwedeng nagsisinungaling ako, pwedeng hindi. Okay? Nag-deal na ba dyan? May mga nag-deal. Okay, eto na. Ang mapapanalunan itong mga nag-deal ay may mga nag-no deal. Okay? Ay isang ito, yan! 2022 BDJ Classic. Di ba? Nagsinungaling ako. Nahirapan pa ako magsinungaling. Syempre, makakatulong sa buhay mo to, di ba? So, saktong-sakto, guys, grabe. Hindi ko to in-scripted, promise. Ayan, ongoing pa yung BOGO niyan. BOGO Classic 1, okay? So, yung sa mapapanalunan ng huli, eto, meron ka ng free 2022 planner. Bawal magpalit yung mga nagsabing hala deal dyan. Bawal na. Okay. Okay, guys. And, ayan, I have 2 minutes left before natin i-turn over ang ating floor. I'm gonna just say yung ating mga winners kanina. Wait lang. Okay, ito ang ating mga winners. So, congratulations to our emoji Pictionary winners. Sila Shushmita LC, Jenny Angeles, Judith Carla De La Torre, Isaac Garnica Santos, and congratulations naman to our best takeaway during kay Jonathan Yabut is si Maria Natividad. And then, ang ating winner sa ating FB Live sharer, yung mga nag-share ng FB Live natin, is si Chari May Patatag. Ayan. And then, congratulations to our top badger during sa segment 3 natin with Jonathan Yabut is si Sai Island. Okay. And then, congratulations to our Make Your Finances Pandemic Proof Best Takeaway, si Lumwell Marisa Nila Laitan, sa ating Share the FB Live winner, si Gil M. Sikat. And then yung top badger natin is si Lovely Santos Esguera. Guys, punta kayo sa You Got This PH group kasi pinopost namin siya doon. And then guys, did you know na meron din kaming exclusive raffle sa aming Viber community. So if hindi pa kayo nagjo-join sa Viber community namin, join na kayo sa the Bella Tribe Viber community and Crazy About Paper community. So I just want to acknowledge yung mga nanalo sa aming Viber community, si Alisa Alberto, Leila de Guzman, Vincent Pletado, Catherine Teresa Mampo, and si Jemima Nansala. Ayan. And guys, meron din kaming exclusive promo din sa aming Viber community. So guys, join kayo doon kasi meron kaming mga special pa promo sa Viber community namin. We would like to congratulate si NetNet Morden, Reynely Jugilon, Mary May Danila, Marife Benco, Jem Bermudez, Andrea Flores, si Catherine, and si Keith Lazaga, who won an extra 499 voucher para sa kanilang YGT kits. Yes, congratulations! Okay? Ayan guys, so enjoy talaga ang pag-game ni Miss Bell. Thank you! Ayan. Okay, now I'm gonna call in si Dar. Hiningal ako doon. Okay, Dar. Hello. Ayan. Take it over.
Hello! Thank you, Belle. Sana nag-enjoy kayo sa games natin. Kasi syempre, we want to balance like the energy that we have here in our You Got This PH Summit. Rewrite your story. And we want to make sure that you guys also have fun aside from just from learning from the stories of our speakers. Grabe, no? The whole day, kakaiba yung mga stories. And I think it was like a guided thing that parang, yun nga, guardian angels natin, yung nagpupush sa amin to invite these special speakers for these 2-day event natin. Kasi parang syempre kami, when we were designing the flow of the You Got This PH Summit, parang meron kaming idea or parang syempre friends namin, pero iba, grabe yung pag naririnig namin yung kwento nila in this event live with you guys. Parang we're also feeling very touched with their stories. We're also feeling very moved. And kaya we're so excited to be able to share this experience with you guys. So today, it's our last speaker for day 1. She has been a friend of BDJ. She's been with us for the past couple of years. You might be familiar with her. I hope you're familiar with her. And she is a breast cancer survivor. She currently heads the Wellness Center at the Makati Medical Center and hosts the series G Talks on CNNPhilippines.com. And she has consulted for the World Health Organization and was formerly the Chief Medical Officer of Global Telehealth Inc. We're very happy and excited to share another powerful story to cap the first day of You Got This PH. You write your story. Let us all welcome Doc Gia Sison. Come on in. Hello, Doc Gia.
Hello, Dar, and hello, everyone from BDJ. And I'm super happy to be with you again. So you got this. Hello!
Hello. Doc Gia, kamusta? Kamusta
Ay,
naman?
nako, ito. Excited for this event. And I've been watching kanina pa and power talaga. So, congratulations to everyone. Hello, everyone. Hello sa mga nag-hi.
Hello. Yeah, thank you, Doc Gia, for supporting us once again. And now it's time. Let's go to your story kasi I'm sure madaming matututunan din yung mga bellas natin and everyone watching us today in terms of your story. So, Doc Gia, I think this is the origin story, 'di ba? Can you bring us back to the time when you were diagnosed with cancer?
That was 8 years ago. So that happened February 2:30 p.m., February 26, 2013. So I got a call from my dad. Ang haba ng convo namin ng dad ko. And I was holding my phone, no? May demo pa eh. My phone on my left. So nakaganyan ako. Tapos ang tagal-tagal nagsasalita ng dad ko na gumano na lang ako sa left ko. So pagka ganun ko, um, you know that feeling, Dar, na parang your hand was felt a table. It was hard na, the left side. So sabi ko, Dad, sige, I'll call you back. So binaba ko yung phone, kinapa ko yung left breast ko. And syempre, as a doctor, I knew it was cancer. Kasi ang pangit niya eh. Ang laki, walang shape. It was fixed. And so at that moment, I called my colleague. Basta parang everything just happened so fast. Parang na-speed up masyado yung event that I kind of, if you were to ask me how I felt, I don't know. Because it was more of parang I was up against something that I needed to race. Parang race against time ang peg niya. So yun, after that, mammography, I saw my plates pa. Sabi ko, this is bad. Kasi nakita ko may lymph node sa mammography plate ko. So sabi ko sa friend ko, cut it off na. My left, cut it off na. I want it off. Sabi niya, no, let's follow protocol. Sabi ko, what protocol? Kailangan na biopsy, for all you know, baka hindi cancer. Sabi ko, what? Cancer yan. Nakita mo naman yung parang may away pa sa labas. Pero, so ayun. So, tuloy-tuloy na yun, Dar. It went already through biopsy. I had 2 surgeries. May mammo. And then yun, biopsy shows that it was cancer. And then, chemo, yun, sa chemo, doon ako nag-slow down. So, doon na bumuhos lahat ng emotions that I kind of should have felt the time.
First time. Yeah. So, parang nag-sink in lang talaga siya nung nagki-chemo ka?
Yeah. Chemo for me was really one hell of an experience. I had 6 cycles. So, when you calculate it based on the protocol that was given to me, 4 months. 4 months of a roller coaster, of a ride. 4 months of deciding whether to push through or not. 4 months of calculating, okay na ako na 5 years. Okay na, I could have lived a life. Parang ganun na yung mga nasa thoughts ko.
Oh, grabe, no? So, you mentioned that by when you started chemo and then everything like sunk in, are there moments in your cancer battle that parang stood out?
The one that stood out is number 1, the day I wanted to quit. I was on my 3rd chemo cycle na, and then sabi ko sa husband ko, ayoko na, parang I'm tired na, I wanna go out na, I wanna live a normal life already. Pero yun, sa sabi ko ng I'll quit, nag-graduate ako. Parang, it's like, okay, parang, no one actually, parang my doctor actually gave me a choice. Sige, it's your choice, pero you're on your 3rd na. That was 1. Number 2, when my kids asked me if I was, sabi niya, kasi my kids then were mga 8 years old pa eh. When they asked me, are you gonna die? Because I told them I had cancer eh. So
Correct.
sabi ko, no, I won't. But I'll fight for you. Yan yung mga nag-stand out sa whole experience ko.
Grabe. So I can imagine like how did you tell your 8-year-old?
Kasi parang it was difficult, Dar. Parang, but I had to tell them right on. Kasi wala naman synonym for cancer. So,
Correct. Yeah.
one realization I had in my life was that there are really some conversations we need to get into. Difficult. But it can actually transform your journey into something that's better, something that's more real. I'm always a believer that unpracticed conversations are the ones that really hit you.
Unpracticed conversations. Yeah, I think that's really very challenging kasi facing the people you love and parang, I guess, being faced talaga with your, mortality eh, di ba? As you
Yes.
said, parang, it's like something so beyond us eh, na parang, no matter what you do, it's really in God's hands eh. And we
Yeah,
don't know. Yeah.
that's true.
So ito,
So,
there's this question. So I'm sure it was hard. But this is the question. Was it hard to be courageous in the face of a life-threatening disease? And
yeah,
then how
super.
did you draw your strength?
You know what? Yung strength kasi na word is something that is, I know it's a term that we always use, but when you actually practice it, it's super difficult because everything, parang everything goes with you when you practice being strong. And I realized that having had to admit that I was scared, having had to admit that I was afraid, is actually a process that I had to take for me to develop strength to move forward. Example, whenever I have my annual mammograms, ano yan, Dar? Parang nandun na ako sa door ng breast clinic tapos ayoko pumasok. Simple x-ray, ayoko gawin. Why? Kasi I'm scared na what if I find out na meron na namang recurrence, knock on wood. Am I ready? I'm
Correct.
not.
Yeah.
So the courage of finding strength is actually strength itself. And that's real count. Parang real account pala of how I treat my life and how things are going lately. Finding it is actually a process. You take it. Strength na yun.
Yeah, I think it's just to share like a bit, because there's Joanne Medina shared lang that your story actually inspired her during the time na yung dad niya was diagnosed with cancer. And I thank you, Doc Gia, for talking about this, because I think, as you said earlier, some of these difficult conversations is something that people really need to hear to prepare them also, I guess. Kasi, I mean, honestly, how can you really prepare, right? I don't think you can prepare yourself or parang really facing mortality. We have sing it question. I'll put it here from Sai. How do you prepare yourself and family for the ifs and whens? Since we were talking about unpracticed conversations.
You know what, Sai? I honestly, I have no prep list or checklist of how to prepare in case of a diagnosis like that. All I can say is, siguro my preparation na lang is this mindset that anything can happen. No one is invincible. And that if and when it happens, you're not alone. Yun na lang. Kasi the more I the more I put a checklist on it, the more it parang I don't want it planned eh. So, ganun na lang ako. It's really more of, and of course, syempre, I have to take care of my health. That's already given. Pero minsan nakakalimutan ko pa. So, so yun. I think having a mindset that anything can happen um, is actually a preparation in itself.
So parang it's really about yung the mindset that parang anything can happen, you can go anytime, living day
Yeah,
to day as if yung 'di ba, in a way it's cliche, 'di ba? Sinasabi nila
yes,
na live your day as if it was your last, 'di ba?
yeah,
But I think, yeah, you're right eh, na parang so you can be at peace with whatever happens in the future if you actually practice that mindset on a day-to-day basis, no?
yes, that's true.
Do you have any tips in terms of practicing that mindset?
Okay, number one, it pays to be, you know, self-awareness. It pays to know how or be aware of how you feel. It also pays to, feel all your emotions. Because not all days are good. Some days are just not good. And that's something we need to accept. And hindi naman lahat rin ng mga bad or negative emotions is always linked to a mental health condition. No, emotions are there for a reason. We have to embrace them, but let's not cling on them so much that we identify with them. So it has something to do with that too. And then talking, talking to someone really helps. This is where support system comes in. Because you know what, in my journey, looking back, 50% of the time is talk therapy. And even up until now, diba? 50% of my coping mechanism is talking to someone who understands me, who will not judge me na, oh, ayan ka na naman, parang lahat naman tayo nahihirapan. Hindi ganon. It's really just more of listening to understand where that person is coming from. And just let it be. Diba? Kasi I think those are some tips that I can share. And yeah, take it one day at a time. Kasi we cannot rush things. Like now is I'm with you. I'm happy with DDJ. I'm happy with this whole event. I'm here. Mamaya is another story. Pero mamaya na yan. I'll enjoy my company first with you, Dark, and the rest of our viewers. So take it one day at a time. One day at a time.
Nice, nice. It's really the parang presencing, no? Grounding yourself in the moment
Yeah.
talaga. Yeah. I think a lot of us also need to appreciate that a bit more given that we're living in the pandemic and sometimes madami tayong what if, regrets, resentfulness, diba? Na parang dapat kasi ganito eh, parang we feel like we're missing out or we're not catching up. Doc Gia, I'm very curious about this. Like, when, di ba yung una, di ba you were doing the journey na you were like, okay, I'm not giving up. And then, per yung start kasi technically 50-50 eh. You don't know your odds, right? When it
Yeah.
seemed like parang, okay, mukhang nagiging more positive na yung recovery mo. What was it like? What was it like for you? What was the experience like?
Oh, the recovery was parang it was literally starting from scratch. Kasi I lost my hair, I lost my self-esteem at and then during the chemotherapy cycle, I actually applied pa for a job. So that was how gusto ko bumalik na normal life kasi ayoko parang ganon. But I think recovery is really starting from where you are. It's really trying to day by day, yan na yun, accepting that it happened and but not allowing the past to define me and that I had to learn from what I experienced. So example, parang that lump on my left breast, I could have actually avoided that if I get some rest. I didn't do that eh. Pero I knew that I had to do that. So yeah, practice what you preach. So ganun yung recovery. It was like really learning a lesson and practicing it. So whether I like it or not, I have to undergo my annual mammogram. Sometimes ayoko kasi takot ako. Pero hindi pwede. Kasi yan yung lesson mo eh. And mauulit yan if you don't learn from it. So, yun. I kept learning from my past mistakes.
That's beautiful. I think that's also it's very parallel to our journey right now na in the pandemic, no, the recovery, because a lot of us, ako myself included talaga, parang nafe-feel parang 'di ba the pandemic kasi parang brought to light the imbalances in our life.
Yes.
Tapos, parang yung mga, maybe the things that we weren't taking seriously, parang nagsusurface siya eh. And in a way, we're being forced to face them. Kasi now we're not as, I mean, of course, there's still distractions, pero mas nabawasan yung distractions natin when wherein we were going out of our homes, doing our routines, and then suddenly when we were thrown biglaan in this
That's
pandemic, parang, di ba?
parang, wow.
Wow, nabuwag talaga. Nabuwag
It
talaga
happened
yung,
overnight pa, remember? Parang
yes,
before
correct,
this
correct.
happened, parang you knew it was there. Eh. Parang, okay, nandiyan na yung news and then bam, lockdown. Everything changes. So that experience, ang dami kong natutunan doon. Never take anything for granted. Things can change. There are things that are beyond your control. And you just work within what you can. So, yun talaga yung nangyari. With, with all my pains, my struggles, and also my victories as well.
Would you have, ito, so after you recovered, you mentioned you started applying. Actually, even before you got fully recovered, you were starting applying na, diba? What was it like to plan the next chapter of your life? Because I'm sure there was like some grieving and acceptance that you had to do, diba? Like, before you knew that you were gonna recover, and then suddenly, okay, I'm gonna recover, and mukhang, okay, this will be okay. But now, I have to start again.
For me, one word. It's very humbling because you're starting again. Eh. And when you're
Mm-hmm.
starting, you can't start all by yourself. So that was one thing I realized. When after my whole journey, I decided to go back and apply again for work beginning I think that was October. That was my because I ended my chemo August 5 of 2013. And then October, I decided to go back to work. So, yun na. I mean, it was very humbling because dati naman we can actually hold clinics, ganyan. But this time, parang, okay, have to start again. So, yun. Very humbling.
Grabe, naka-relate din ako sa humbling. You're right eh. Kasi parang, I mean, you're also a business owner because of the different projects that you have, right? And the pandemic has really thrown us off the loop. Kumbaga, yung original plans natin to be able to expand, to grow, biglang kailangan nating baguhin eh. Kailangan nating, parang in a way, there are some things that we really have to cut off.
Yes.
And
Let go.
unfortunately, let go, 'di ba? Parang, and then it's not so it's not so easy to let go.
That's true. That's true.
Grabe. Pero yeah, would you I know you're able to rewrite your story during the when this during your recovery, when you had cancer, and then during this pandemic, parang maybe you want to share about your journey, like how you rewrote stories throughout your life.
My life, no? Um, if there's one thing I can parang if there's one thing I can rewrite or rephrase, it's really that part when I could have avoided my cancer progressing to stage 2 because I was a stage 2 at that time. I was diagnosed 8 years ago. I could have been a stage 1 pa nga eh. So I think that's the part. It made me realize that there are really some things that, simple as they seem, you really have to be proactive about it. Eh. So, kasi that's really one huge regret I have in life that I could have. But I couldn't cling on to that could have eh. Otherwise, hindi ako makaka-move on. So I will just have to learn from it by being proactive about the things that matter in my life. So that's how I am when I rewrite my story up until now. Because you know what, Dar, up until now, I still ask myself, why did I have cancer? Because I'm the only one in the family who has cancer. Eh.
Oh,
How did I get it? Yung up until now, ha, it's kind of, well, I won't say it's weird, but di ba, may stages of grief tayo, may dab ka,
yes, yes,
may
yes.
anger,
Oh,
Mine was acceptance first and then denial 8 years forward. Hanggang ngayon, as we speak. Parang,
Mm-hmm.
why did I get it? Sino kaya sa family? Yung ganon. It happens. And yeah, I think it's really a process. I need to kind of process it myself.
I think the like what I got from what you just shared is really that acceptance actually
Yes,
goes through many different stages, diba?
that's true. Different stages and different paces pa. Kasi, I mean, when you look at it, parang, 8 years ago na yan pero eh. I still question until now. But that
Mm-hmm.
doesn't mean that that doesn't mean that it's kind of like abnormal. Parang it's my way of it's me eh. That's
It's
how I kind of
processing talaga. Yeah.
yes. It takes time talaga. It doesn't have a timeline.
Correct, correct. I can relate with that in such a way na parang I feel like during this whole journey of the pandemic, I also had different levels of acceptance. Like parang nung start, parang natanggap ko naman, parang yung as you said earlier, we somewhat know that it was there, that it was gonna happen. But you
Yeah,
didn't absorb siguro like the intensity or and then another level that it would be this long, right? And then
yeah,
another level would be how much it changes things, 'di ba? And
super.
then how much it's asking us to let go of old ways that we're comfortable with.
Exactly.
So, parang ang dami niyang layers. Kasi nung una sa ko, na-accept ko naman eh. Pinag-uusapan namin to sa company eh, sa mga meetings namin. Kasi parang, di ba, parang kailangan everybody's aligned. We as you said, we have these kinds of difficult conversations because we all want to be in the same page na
Right.
to be so we can move forward together. But as you said, um it's different processing time, it's different facing levels, even yung deep, 'di ba? How deep is your acceptance? Iba-iba din eh.
And your
Eh,
your level of also being ready to be open to the message it's trying to tell you, that's even a process in itself. Eh. Pero whenever it hits me, whenever I slide back to my attitude before, sa parang there's this mindset I have na, oh, ayan ka na naman. Diba? It happened na before. O learn from
mhm.
it. So, ayan na. Yun eh. Siguro I think, so parang now ko lang na-realize, oh nga, no? Siguro nga, whenever I think about like, why did I get cancer? Instead of asking why, sabi ko na lang na probably it definitely has a purpose. Siguro lang it just might take me longer pa. But I hope matanggap ko na siya tomorrow, 2 days from now. Because
Yeah. It's
it's,
hard.
it's hard.
I cannot imagine.
Yeah.
Ito, I shared a bit of this. How do you feel their cancer battle shaped you personally and professionally?
I won't separate. Well, my personal and my work life, I won't separate it now. But one word, it kind of shaped me into a person who appreciates life more and not take things for granted. Example, makakita lang ako ng sunset, happy na ako. I was asked before, what is surviving? What does cancer surviving mean? Sabi ko, it's seeing the sunrise. Di ba? Ang art, parang ang poetic niya, ang arte niya, pero totoo. Because you know what? Every day of my life, I wouldn't know kung magigising pa ako. I know it sounds morbid, but those simple
Correct.
things in life, yun talaga yung nagka-count. We keep on looking, we tend to look for grander things in life. Pero yung nasa atin ngayon, when you start to appreciate what we have now, that's when it starts to grow. And that's one thing I learned.
The living in the present is really a challenge
Yes,
across, no? And I
yes.
think, yeah, actually, internally, before I go to the next question, it was also something that it was parang we remind each other of na parang the sunrise the next day actually brings new hope. So no matter how bad the day is, and sometimes we don't get to do our goals, achieve what we wanted to do, what we intended during the day, tomorrow brings that hope.
Yes, that's
And yun. And then I guess the very clear manifestation of that is really the sunrise. That no matter what happens, the sun will rise again tomorrow.
kahit umulan yan, it's still the fact that you experience the weather. Yung mga
Correct,
ganun mga
correct.
small joys na yan, priceless.
Ayan. So, ayan. Going to our next question. What does being courageous and resilient mean to you?
It's accepting that we are weak at some point in our lives and that we have to embrace our being vulnerable. We have to embrace that we are scared, we are afraid before we start to appreciate how it means to be brave. So it's not brave ka agad. No? Can't be. It's a process again. So it's accepting the fear that's within, but also accepting the fact that faith over fear, di ba? And
Mm-hmm.
that and that's brave. That's being brave for me.
How about the, I think medyo related, but in terms of the resilience, like parang I think one of the challenges people are having right now is how can I still be resilient? And even to our topic today na being resilient and relentless.
Relentless. Well, we all have resiliency naman. It's not a gift. We all have it. Yun nga lang, before we develop it, we really have to start facing obstacles we have to be able to develop resiliency. Kasi, of course, example, before you get to high school, you have to go to grade school. Something like that, no? Parang it's
Correct,
a
correct.
stage. It's a process. So same with resiliency. We all have that within. But it just takes us to start accepting our challenges, start to embrace them, and start to ask, what is this trying to tell me? And what are the lessons that I can take from this challenge I am experiencing? And asking help at the same time. So that's how it is. Eh. So whenever we talk nga about resiliency, I always envision a bamboo. Diba? Kahit na strong yung winds, they just bend.
It just bend, yeah.
It doesn't
Mm-mm.
break. Diba?
Yeah.
You just bend and then it stays there for a while. But after some time, tatayo ulit yan eh. Just like us. We
Mm-hmm.
may we may fail, but it doesn't mean that my identity is failure all the time. In fact,
Correct,
we
correct,
we need to fail to
correct.
to succeed, something like that.
Yeah. I know you, Doc Gia, you're also very much active advocate for mental health. Now that I mean, part of our reality is the pandemic, and I'm sure, like part of my acceptance was before, diba, 2 months lang, 3 months, 1 year. Last year talaga, I will admit to this, that I really felt that 2021 will be not a pandemic year anymore.
Oh yeah. Lahat
Ito,
tayo, di ba?
so
We
positive,
think,
'di ba?
oh, but it was double this year.
Correct, correct,
Sometimes,
correct.
sometimes we give up on a thought. Not naman giving up, no? I don't wanna, pero yun eh. Parang it is what it is eh. Again, I go back to kanina, what I really learned is, you can never really, you
No.
can't tell the future, you can't know. All you have is now. So enjoy it. No? Enjoy
Mhm.
it. Undergo whatever feelings you have, embrace that, bad or good, because it will teach you. It will mold you into a person that is better. No? How no matter
Correct,
how
correct.
difficult, no matter how difficult it is, you will be better. Diba? So
Mm-mm. So, would you have like some tips like at this time, like parang what people can do to nurture our mental health?
Self-acceptance, that's number one. And then, here pa, ask yourself, what do you tell yourself every day? Kasi if we keep telling ourselves, I'll never make it, I'm a complete failure, we're gonna start imbibing that. So having a
Correct.
change in perspective sometimes will help. So challenge your thought process. You know, sometimes kasi we can't help it every day. May negative thought yan eh. That's fine. So, di ba? All feelings are valid. But whenever destructive thought enters your mind, try to challenge it. Something like this. Parang uh, try by saying, I'll try to make it through this day. Alam mo, sa, ano na yun, positive affirmation na siya. Diba? So, watch what you tell yourself. Um, realize that hindi lahat talaga ng bagay is we can control. And so we manage things that are within our control. One of that is our behavior, how we see things, our perspective, our habits. Yan, pwede pa yan. So leverage on that.
We have a question here from one of our viewers. It's always an advice to be resilient, but how would you know when it's time to quit?
For me, that is something that's subjective. Knowing when to quit. Or better yet, knowing when to let go. Siguro when things are already affecting you as a person, you start to question your self-worth, your self-esteem. It's not helping you in any other way. Yan na yung mga red flag na probably it's time to let go and, move forward. Because, di ba, they say choose your battles. Not everything. Hindi lahat ng bagay papasok ka, aawayin mo. Hindi lahat ng bagay
Correct, correct.
you won't
Oo.
involve yourself in. So, you kind of save your energy into things and people who matter. And then you start to cut down, and then yun. I think resiliency starts there.
Ay, ang ano din nun, ang lakas din ng tama talaga nun eh. Kasi parang, yes, it's very subjective na talaga eh. And I think I will go back also to what you said earlier also about parang self-acceptance and then understanding yourself, no? Na to really parang I guess realize na where you stand. And sobrang ako nag-resonate yan, Doc Gia, yung sa sinasabi mo. Once it's starting to affect your self-worth,
Yeah.
I think that's so strong. Honestly, to share lang a bit why it connected to me, because I think that was a turning point when I realized that I needed to end a romantic relationship
Mm-hmm.
when it was affecting my self-worth with given the situation that I felt that I was not good enough. So I think that's really a good indicator. Kasi parang sometimes nga talaga eh, it's hard eh. Na, do we quit? Parang, is it not worth fighting for? Di ba you question yourself? Di ba?
Yeah, totoo yan. Ako
Di
ba
ba?
yung may fault? Di
Ako ba?
ba?
Yeah, oo.
So, ano
Correct,
yan eh.
correct.
It's a battle not only within like of course yung partner mo, but it's also a battle within. So, it's difficult to even prioritize what matters, 'di ba? So,
Mhm. Do you have some exercisers or techniques that people can use right now to deal with their own struggles?
okay, it helps when you journal. Naks, syempre. I'm kasi
Thank you.
syempre, journaling tayo because I do journal and it helps. And you don't have to make it complicated. Like me, I just write words and it's therapeutic. And please remind yourself to breathe. Diba?
Breathe.
You have to
Yes.
breathe. At the end of
Yes.
the day, you have
Mm-mm.
to breathe. Because when you breathe, you become mindful of your body, of the cues that your body tells you. So those are some techniques that you can take because it kind of grounds you back to reality. Of course, a struggle is a struggle. We have to face that head on. And never forget that support is there. You just need to tap on those.
Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, I think parang strongest takeaway ko talaga from you today is really grounding yourself in the presence. We have a sensitive question, and I hope it's okay that we entertain it because I know this is also a special month for this. So it's a question of it's Suicide Awareness Month, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yes, it is.
And so KB is asking, how will you advise a person who wants to lose their life because of a loss of loved one? And I think this is super relevant right now because of COVID, and already lost the motivation to live.
Okay, I'm not really there to say, kaya mo yan, kaya mo yan. Grieving kasi is a process. And again, there's no timeline. But what matters is you're there physically for the person. Because again, trigger warning, if you talk about suicide, it's an emergency. No? You have
Correct,
to be
correct.
physically there for the person. Now, the will to live is something that you need to build with that person who wants to give it up alone. So it's literally staying with them, being patient with them, and can you live it, parang be an example to them. Because for all you know, they see you as an inspiration. Parang maging will. Parang to see is to believe, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really being more of that. It's really something that can go on and on. But I
Mm-hmm.
always see this na parang when you grieve, it's something that you move forward with. You can't get over it. You have to move with it. And along with the moving, no matter how slow it is, are people. You surround yourself with people who actually support you and are there for you.
Mm-hmm.
And again, it takes time. So that's my take on your question.
Yeah. Yung naalala ko doon, one of my favorite movies with What Dreams May Come.
Oh yeah,
Si, di ba? Kasi parang his wife was suicidal after the loss of their kids and then siya din, di ba? So naiwan yung wife. And then parang so she went into this spiral and she couldn't move forward to heaven or because she got trapped in her own hell, right? And then
yes.
his solution which brought his wife to the syempre sorry spoiler alerts ko but it's an old movie. um what brought her to life was seeing him just being with her and
Yeah.
choosing her even if it was going to be hell for him as well. Grabe. I felt like that was like a very powerful movie that I've watched. And I mean, malakas yung tatak niyo sa akin. And syempre, may mga, romantic soulmates for life, di ba? Mga
Yeah.
ganon. Ayan. So, before, we're on our last question, Doc Gia. What's your best advice for thriving during this pandemic? So, we've talked about like parang a lot of
Right.
survival techniques and so on, and being in the present. Ikaw naman, what's your take on the best advice to thrive in this pandemic?
Okay. Journal.
Thank you.
Journal lang kayo. And then, okay, there's no really best way kasi lahat naman tayo, we thrive in our own way. We have different ways of surviving, thriving, and it's really not a competition that we're in. Pero siguro one advice that I can give is, you know what, as all things, this too shall pass. Diba? No matter, I don't know when, but just like any trial, no matter how bad it is, it ends somewhere. So I think living with that thought Kasi personally, when I think of that, it kind of pushes me a bit forward. Na matatapos din to, hindi ko lang alam ko kailan, pero sige lang. I'll live, I'll get through Monday, I'll get through Saturday, I'll get through my present. And then Sunday happens, di ba? So I think let's not lose a sight of that hope that we want to build in the future. And I think that's how you start to become resilient. That's how you start to become relentless. And yeah, that's it. You got this. Sabi ko.
Yes, yes, definitely. Kaya actually yun yung team, ano talaga namin parang ramdam talaga namin yung that when we decided on the title of the summit of You Got This. Last year was about journal in to journey on, and then this year we said, okay, it's time to rewrite the stories we tell ourselves. Diba?
Yes.
Kasi tama ka talaga. There's the facts, but there's also the stories that we tell ourselves. And ayun. I think may actually may mga questions sumahabol.
Go.
I'll add this lang kasi I think baka they need a bit of support and I hope to be able to give them. Like Doc Gia, can
Oh,
you recommend support groups for cancer patients?
okay. Honestly, I have to build on that pa. That was actually one of my goals before. Sabi ko, when I recover, I'll build a breast cancer support group. But I'm a member kasi of I Can Serve. So when you become a member of that, you'll find stories of breast cancer patients who they actually helped me through. Kasi iba kasi when you talk to someone who has cancer also. So parang pareho yung language niyo. So
Yes.
I can serve as my support group. Pero wala silang formal support group. But you may want to start with that when we're talking about breast cancer. And you may want to make that your advocacy kasi we all need it. So sabi nga nila,
Yes.
we're here for a reason. So probably, to the one who asked that, tara, let's build it together.
Yes. And I think there's no monopoly in doing good. So as
Yes!
long as you have some energy, a bit that you can contribute to whatever advocacy or cause, please do so.
And good intention.
Yes.
Yun. That's gonna be your energy. So that's good energy. That will
Mhm.
build.
Okay. Thank you so much, Doc Gia. This is such a heartfelt session. and I and I'm sure everyone watching us today can also feel the heart and soul of our conversation. And again, guys, it's not so easy to be resilient and relentless at this time. It's even more difficult when we're going through parang tough times to rewrite your story. But we can see that this is possible. We have a living testament. So si Doc Gia. But as
And
I will echo like what she said, it's still a process. Kasi
yes,
I think this is something that we need to be constantly be reminded of na no matter what, may process pa rin Kasi sometimes baka inaasahan natin, oh, I'm over this, I'm done with this journey.
that's
Tapos
true.
biglang it
It's a
hits you, di
process.
ba? It hits you again. So, thank
So
you, Doc
embrace it
Gia.
lang. Embrace it lang. That's how life is. It's dynamic nga. So everything changes every day. So yun, again, Dar, thanks so much. And to the whole team, BDJ, maraming salamat to all our viewers. Thanks for all your good and kind words here. And to the You Got This Summit, you're doing so much justice to the word thriving, giving hope. Be just that, Dar. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Doc Gia. I will share a prayer that was shared in the chat. Um, so for all the Facebook users, you need to give permission to StreamYard so we can see your name and acknowledge you guys properly. But I thought this was beautiful. Ang sikat ng araw ay nagpapaalala sa iyo na lahat ng simula ay maganda at lahat ng gabi ay sa umaga na pupunta.
Ay, naku, ang
So,
ganda. Thank you.
ang ganda. And I think that's a perfect close, guys, for this segment with Doc Gia. So thank you guys so much. Thank you, Doc Gia, for sharing your story and sharing your lessons with us. And I will bring in our closing segments of Bell and Jazz. Thank you, Doc Gia.
Hey, everyone. Thanks, Dar.
Thanks, Doc. Ayan. Okay. So, thank you, Doc Gia, for that very inspiring talk. That's it. That's it for all our talks tonight. Please don't forget to share with us your best takeaway in the comment section after every talk. So, lahat, huwag nyo kalimutan kung gusto nyo i-review yung mga ibang live streams na if your team replay, please put in your best takeaway. We will choose the best one who will win a Puritan Pride Kit. Okay, potence that complements your complexion. Vitamin D3 nourishes your skin with touches of vigor, similar to the benefits from sunshine, with perfect potency for energy and strength. Vitamin C is an immunity companion, amplifying your immune system and gives you more eye-catching radiance. Being the power up bundle, vitamins D3 and C act together as a two power enhancer for a sturdier body, immunity, and very good complexion. And the Power Up bundle is exclusively available at Laz Mall. Hashtag September Power Up. Health is everyday. Puritan's Pride PH. Okay, Belle, papasok ka pa ba? O ako na bahala sa promo reminders?
Dito pa ako.
Game!
Game. Alright, guys. Wait lang. Papalitan ko lang yung background. Ayun. Okay. Yan, guys. So, ang ating mga last promo reminders natin. Guys, before kadaanan yung last mga promo reminders, I just want to remind everyone of our YGT kits. Ayan. Dito ako muna ako sa kabilang side. Okay, yan. So, ang ating You Got This digital download kit, available ba siya hanggang September 30? So, yung ating You Got This digital downloadable kit, you'll get 499 siya. You'll get yung mga You Got This themed, downloadables. Meron ako dito. Tingnan nyo. Then, eto siya. Nagpa-print ako na yan. Ayan, o. So, may mga ganyan siya. Ayan, may mga worksheet siya na naka-theme sa ating mga talks these 2 days. Ayan. Tapos, you'll also have this pause and rest downloadable na pwede nyo ring i-print. Ayan. Wait lang, pakita ko yung ano. Ayan. And then, we have the goal setting downloadables. Ito. Ayan. Be a goal-getter. Ayan. Pakita ko yung yung isang ayan. Very colorful siya. Tiding. Ayan. Okay. And meron din siyang mga kasamang iba-ibang sticker sheets. Asan na yun? Meron kang sticker sheet dito na pang You Got This. Ito Ayan. And then, ito. Ayan. Tapos ito Ayan. Ito pa. Ayan, okay. So yan, itong 499, downloadable nyo siya makukuha agad. So pagka bumili kayo, automatic, makukuha nyo agad yung email. And then, etong mga to, meron din, lahat ng bibili ng mga You Got This namin and yung sa You Got This digital download kit and yung mga nag-sign up, sila yung makakakuha ng visual notes after ng event namin na to. Ito yung mga illustration that's summarizing all the talks that's gonna happen this 2 days. And ang ating next is yung You Got This digital plus planner kit natin siya. And meron tong included na PVC din, guys. So, lahat ng mga sinabi ko kanina na mga downloadables, kasama yan lahat, plus yung planner of your choice ninyo and a PVC planner protector. And guys, yung ating last pushpin visual notes yung makukuha nyo. Ayan. Okay? So, yung last natin is yung ating You Got This Clarity and Happiness Kit. This is worth 4,000 pesos. 4,000 pesos. Ayan. 4,888 to be exact. Ayan. Kasi guys, eto, di ba nakita niyo yung mga downloadables kanina? Kasama yon. Tapos, ang ibibigay namin sa inyo, printed copy nung You Got This na workbook. Ito. So, makakuha kayo ng printed na to. Tapos, yung printed na pushpin visual notes. And then, meron pa kayong planner of your choice, and itong box of joy. Itong box of joy na to, ito yung 15 items from our brand partners, including a full-size Revlon Kiss Cloud lipstick. Wait lang, nasa yung kadiga ko. Okay, and you go, the full size Revlon Kiss Cloud lipstick and photo ready foundation. Ayan, guys. Iba-iba siyang mga items from our brand partners. So, guys, super sulit siya. 1499 na lang siya. And, ayan. And don't forget our ongoing promos natin. Ayan. To. So, we have 15% off on all our planners and all our other products. We also have the free PVC planner protector. When you buy a 2022 planner, just use the promo code free PVC. Ayan, nandyan yung code. Ayan. So you have to add to cart yung PVC protector. And then guys, we have an ongoing free customization sa ating mga planners and quest journals. Yung quest journal natin guys, naka 15% off din kami ngayon. Ayan. So, perfect siya sa pangregalo. Lalo na ngayon, malapit na ang Christmas. Di ba? Nag-countdown na nga kami. Parang 100 days before Christmas. Ganyan. Ayan. And we also have the free shipping promo. You get to enjoy up to 100 pesos off. So, just use the promo code free shipping when you reach a minimum of 800 pesos. So, yung 100 pesos, guys, magre-reflect siya dun sa cart ninyo. And when you reach a minimum purchase of 1,500, you'll get a free craft notebook. No need for code na to. Kami na yung maglalagay sa pouch ng inyong mga order. So automatic, kapag nakita namin sa back end na 1,500 yung order ninyo, meron na kayong free craft notebook. And when you reach a minimum purchase of 2,000 pesos, you'll get a free anniversary BDJ notebook when you use the promo code ANIVNTBK. Ayan, nandiyan siya sa screen. So, kailangan yung i-add to cart yung anniversary notebook. Etong sunod, nakita ko may mga nagtatanong. Nakita ko sa, tawag mo dyan, nakita ko sa sa customer service team namin kanina. Ayan, yung aming, pagka naka-reach ka ng minimum purchase of 3,000 pesos, you'll get a free anniversary notebook and additional 1,500. Yung free BDJ notebook, guys, anniversary notebook, automatic, kami na yung maglalagay nun. Huwag nyo nang i-add to cart. Kasi pag na-add to cart yun, hindi yun malilibre, ha? Hindi yun malilibre. So, kapag ginamit nyo yung promo code na add 150 off, yung 150 yung magre-reflect dun sa cart ninyo, mababawa siya. Tapos, kami na yung mag-shoot nung anniversary notebook sa inyong mga Bel, walang BDJ notebook ngayon. Nung kagaya ng last year. Wala, pero ano pa siya? Available pa yung namin ngayon, yung BDJ notebook namin hanggang ngayon. Yan. So, yan ang ating
Meron pa, Bel.
promote.
Minimum of 3,000. Yung ado, ay, yun pala yun. Sorry,
Yun.
3 anniversary notebook na pala yun. Sorry. Ang dami kasi nalito na ako. O yun. So, ang daming
Ayun.
promos. Thank you, Belle, for wrapping up our promos. I think, I'd also like to take this chance to also thank our sponsors again.
Yes.
Yes, our
Ayan,
major
sige,
partners,
labas ko.
Revlon, Cravewell, Lazada, Elana Minerals, Vitapack, Moringa Glutasy, and EcoShift, and our minor partners, Harem, Tokyo Finds. Ang dami, guys. Thank you so much. Tokyo Finds. Nasaan ako?
Ayan, nakita sa baba.
Sleepasil, Mondelez, Alaska, Lirio Chocolates, Nail Cafe Manila, Frankie's, Red Mango, and para dun sa namigay sa aming first 100, Revlon, Sleepasil, Serenity, Pili Annie, and Anytime Fitness. Thank you so much. So,
Ayan, guys, wait lang, may pahabol lang.
May
Sorry.
pahabol pa.
Okay, may pahabol pa. Sorry na. Ayan.
Go lang.
Okay, guys. So, we also have si Nutrijina and si Ali Canita para sa ating testimonial promo. This is our post-event promo namin. After na tong event na to, we're gonna post about it. We're gonna email you and post sa aming mga FB groups and Viber community. So guys, if you're not part of our Viber community and FB group sa ating The Bella Tribe, BDJ Plan with Me, and the You Got This PH group, you better join now. Kasi doon namin ipopost ko ano yung mechanics ng aming testimonial promo. You'll get to win a workshop from Ali Canita and a Neutrogena pack. Mga kit siya. Okay, ang layo
Nice.
niligpit ko na eh. Ay, niligpit ko na ang layo niya na doon. Okay, so yarn.
Ayan.
Ay,
So,
so the workshop is about decluttering workshop for Ali
decluttering.
Canipa. Yan. Go guys. See, I think Jazz will wrap up and
Yes, oo.
recap everything.
Just in case you are team replay or you just want like an overview of everything that happened here, I'm pretty sure I won't be able to capture it all, but I wanted to start off with
Okay.
You Got This. We started off with nurturing a shatterproof self love and by manifesting your dreams. Our guest speaker, Rochelle Kawasaki, shared that in order for us to be able to manifest our dreams, you speak it, you write it, and take action about it. You can have it. As in, you talk about what you love, and that our dreams must continue despite of this pandemic. And then finding your purpose can be done by uplifting others. You plan with 3 P's, sabi nga ni Zara Juan. You prioritize, you set your purpose, and you do it with passion. Surviving this pandemic is a balancing act, and thriving in it requires consistency in that. And then, now that you've dreamt and you also have a plan, you aim for audacious dreams, as in achieve big goals with tenacious planning and strategy. Sabi ni Jonathan Yabut, working hard is not the same as working smart, as in preparation breeds familiarity, familiarity breeds confidence, and confidence breeds success. And the definition of success is very subjective. It's not defined by other people. So you can work smart to become gritty and great. Treat your passions as investments. Don't just put all of those dreams in just one passion basket because you can have more than one. Time is finite and passion is renewable. The pain that we're going through is just a function of time. Now, in speaking of investments, Isabella Laurel, our guest for Maker Finances, pandemic proof by managing money in these challenging times, have helped us determine what our money personality can be. Are you an investor, a big spender, a saver, a debtor, or a shopper? Because liquidity is king. So, whoever buys what she does not need steals from herself, and no one is more invested than you. Once you've figured all that out, you take back your power by standing up for yourself and breaking free from the need to conform. I'm pretty sure you were inspired by Shari, Misty Mom, and realize that failures do not define you. When you share your story, you rewrite it and claim power with prayer, owning up to your emotions, working on yourself, embracing the chaos, and reframing the mindset attached to those stories that hurt. And finally, be resilient and relentless by fighting your battles with courage, just like Doc Gia. The courage to find strength is actually already strength itself, and having a mindset that anything can happen is already a preparation. The simple things in life count in being in situations that make us appreciate life more and not take things for granted. It's really the blessing of this pandemic. Choose your battles and know when it's time to move on, not quit. Not all days are good, and we have to be ready to be open to accept. Grief is something that we may not be able to get over with, but we can move on with it. So there you have it, guys. It was such an empowering You Got This online journaling and planning summit. Our first day has officially ended, but make sure that you've signed up already and tune in tomorrow as we have our You Got This summit day 2.
Guys, don't, if you haven't signed up yet, please don't forget, you can still sign up, lalo na if you want to get the visual notes, the from Pushpin after the event. Please sign up. we won't be posting the visual notes sa social media this time. So very exclusive lang siya sa mga nag-sign up and mga bumili ng mga kits namin. So just go to this link, that go.ilovebdj.com/YGT2021. And for those who's looking for the link ng ating mga Viber community, so for the Bella Tribe Viber community, please go to go.ilovebdj.com/BDJ Viber community. Para naman sa Crazy About Paper, just go to crazyaboutpaper.com/cap Viber community. Ayan.
Yes. So thank you guys for watching and staying with us until this time. I know we're a bit
Yeah.
over time, but I hope sobrang sulit naman
Yes.
your whole day spending time with us. And then of course, I just want to do a shout out for Team Replay. The reason that we segmented each of the sessions is exactly for Team Replay and pwede nyong balik-balikan. And I hope you guys can share this You Got This PH Summit to anyone in your circle who needs to hear this, that they've got this, that they can rewrite your story. And again, please do sign up kasi you can still win raffle prizes. So it will run until end of tomorrow. So please sign up before end of tomorrow, even if you can have access to this in our FB lives or our Facebook pages. Ano pa yung dagdag ko? Tomorrow we have another exciting lineup of speakers. And I hope to see you guys again. And with that, my final words pa ba tayo? Yan. Go.
You
Yeah,
got
we just
this.
ano lang. Thank you. Thank you then for everyone who participated, and please remember to check out yung ating post topic winner sa You Got This PH group kasi naka ano doon, you can filter out there kung ano yung mga gusto nyong makita sa mga pinost namin. And doon yung makikita on how you can claim your prizes. Again guys, sana andito pa rin kayo tomorrow kasi meron din kami mga iba-iba pang games with you. And I hope this day marks the start of you rewriting your stories then with us. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thanks,
everyone. And
everyone.
good
You got
night.
this.
Bye.